You know, my time I spent overseas as head of the Federal Drug Enforcement and many years in Turkey by myself. I was ahead of myself. I used to deal with the Prime Minister, and the next day I'd be out in gun battles with the Turks up in the boondocks. And I worked with, not that closely, but other government agencies. I'm not going to get into secret organization, but I will say sometimes other factors are more important than the drug traffic or even the illegal immigration problem. They may have other priorities, the U.S. government. As far as Mexico today is concerned, I think that the Mexican president is trying to do something, but I also understand that they're working pretty close, the U.S. president and our president, on certain policies. What those policies are, I don't really know, but I think there's other programs that to them may be more important than the drugs or illegal immigration. There may be a bigger picture they're more concerned about, because I feel if you really wanted to do something to clean up the violence at the Mexican side of the border, it could be done tomorrow with my plan. My plan is very simple. Now let me go back a few years. When I worked there, our agents worked undercover. They arrested people even though we didn't have the power of arrest, but we did everything that the regular federale. We were involved in gun battles, furnished money, informants, worked undercover. So I guess you would say we were operational in those days, just like I was also in Turkey. So if the Mexican government allowed federal U.S. agents to do all this operational in their country, even though we didn't have the power of arrest, but we still did it, and the Mexican government agreed to work together. So, using that theory, why can't the Mexican government ask, hey, could you send some border patrol on our side of the border to work with our federales or army to clean up this mess on that side of the border? I'm not talking about unilaterally, I'm talking about bilateral. Now, if someone says the Border Patrol is too dangerous on their side of the fence, then why not send the Army? Now, I'm not a big proponent of using the Army on law enforcement. Now, I'm talking about the Mexican side. So why don't they say, hey, bring the Army and help work with our Army and clean up this mess? Now, people may say, well, it's very dangerous for our Army. Well, wait a minute. We're in Afghanistan. We're in Iraq. Our Army is helping those countries. So why can't we help our own neighboring country right next door to it? Now, nobody wants to hear that. I don't very seldom say that. I mean, if I said it, I'm surprised I said it once on national TV. Nobody picked up on it. Nobody said the sure says we're going to invade Mexico with the U.S. Army and start shooting people. Well, I didn't really say that. I said the Mexican government is inviting us to supplement their army. That's all I'm saying. So why not? Well, we know it's probably never going to happen. I don't think Mexico would like the U.S. Army in their country, probably figuring that the people of Mexico would not agree to that. As far as the United States, I don't think that people in the United States would criticize sending the Border Patrol or the military over there to stop the drugs from coming into our country or the illegal aliens. I don't think I could sell that in 2 minutes if I was in a position to do it. I would just say we're sending people in Iraq, but we're not declaring war on Mexico. We're just helping them. If they're so concerned about all the murders on that side of the border, which could infiltrate our side of the border one day, but nobody talks about it. I just said, what's the best plan? I just gave you one plan that nobody will do. The other plan is you hit it from all angles. We're hitting it in the interior of Arizona, and you hit it at the border. You try to hit the sources, you try to hit the customers, and you generate so much interest that people will leave and go back where they came from, or not come in anymore. They'll go somewhere else. When you talk about how this affects the finances, I can get into all the social programs. As far as law enforcement is concerned, I have about 2,000 people out of our 8,000 to 10,000 today in the jails. 2,000, when you look at the violent crimes, serious crimes, about 18% of the people in the jails are there for murders and rape and everything else. They're all illegals. If we didn't have 18% illegal aliens, I mean, that's 18% of crime we would not have. So it takes a lot of money to house the illegals. It's a crime problem when you look at it. We've had police officers killed by illegal aliens. I have a philosophy that people don't like, to hit all levels of law enforcement, especially illegal immigration. You get them off the streets in a legal way, and you incarcerate them. They can't work behind bars to send money back to their loved ones. That's why you can have all the fences you want. I want someone to tell me when you hop the fence, what happens to you. No one has ever said yet, when you go over those billion-dollar fences, are you going to jail, or are you going to be pushed back so you can get a bigger ladder to come across the fence? So you can have, once again, all the hype, all the statistics to make it look like things are being done. We're still arresting people. Now, I don't know what's going to happen if this new law is such a deterrence that people are all escaping here. I do know that we've lost about 100,000 that have left this county before this new law because of the sheriff cracking down and people are afraid that they're going to be stopped and so on. I'm still going to do what we've been doing. The new law or no law. No, I've been following the other state laws. So nothing changes with me. So I don't know about the other police departments. Even if the law takes effect, I'm waiting to see how many police departments and cops enforce the law, to see what happens. As I say, the Department of Justice has been looking at us for 1.5 years. I don't see any evidence that we're doing something wrong. I'm sure if we were doing something wrong, they sure would like to go after the very controversial, worldwide known sheriff.